What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another freaking McKelly Vlogs video. And in today's video we have a book haul. I'm super excited, but before we get started, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below to stay up to date with our content and interact with us. And let's just get straight into the video, making my little intro to booktube. So we have about 6 books for today's haul, and I actually got all of these on Amazon. This book haul is specifically for a black woman because, you know, when you search, the algorithm is not giving representation. So I have it here for y'all today. These are all books about, and I believe written by, black women. Okay, here we go. These are our books for today. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this one because I already started reading the sample of this, and I'm super excited. So a little background, y'all. I usually only read nonfiction books. I love like history books and everything like that. So I'm trying to, you know, dibble dabble into the world of fiction. So this one is called 7 Days in June, and this is by Tia Williams. Here it is. I'm going to read y'all the little description on the back. 7 days to fall in love, 15 years to forget, and 7 days to get it all back again. Eva Mercy is a single mom and best-selling erotica writer who is feeling pressed from all sides. Shane Hall is a reclusive award-winning novelist who, to everyone's surprise, shows up in New York. When Shane and Eva meet unexpectedly at a black literary event, sparks fly. But what no one knows is that 15 years earlier, teenage Ava and Shane spent one crazy torrid week madly in love and have been secretly writing to each other in their books ever since. Over the next 7 days, amidst a steamy Brooklyn summer, Ava and Shane reconnect, but Ava's wary of the man who broke her heart. Before Shane disappears, she needs a few questions answered. ... With its keen observations of creative life in America today, as well as the joys and complications of being a mother and a daughter, 7 Days in June is a hilarious, romantic, and sexy as hell story of 2 writers discovering their second chance at love. See, I didn't even read the description, y'all, so I didn't even know that the book was about, really. Okay, and then this is The Vanishing Half. I saw a lot of reviews on this that said this was really good. So this is by Britt Bennett, and then let's see the description on the back. So, twins inseparable as children, ultimately choosing to live in 2 different worlds, one black and one white. The Vignes sisters will always be identical, but also growing up together in a small southern black community and running away at age 16. It's not just the shape of their daily lives that is difficult as adults. It's everything: their families, their communities, their racial identities. Many years later, one sister lives with her black daughter in the same southern town she once tried to escape. The other secretly passes for white, and her husband knows nothing of her past. Still, although separated by so many miles and just as many lives, the fates of the twins remains intertwined. What will happen to the next generation when their own daughters' storylines intersect? Weaving together multiple strands and generations, The Vanishing Half is at once a riveting family story and a brilliant exploration of the American history of passing. Looking well beyond issues of race, it considers the lasting influence of the past as it shapes a person's decisions, desires, and expectations. So this sounds really good. Okay, so as you can see, even though I didn't get like nonfiction, I still did get some fictional history books. So the next one is gonna be a perfect example. So this is The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois. Okay. This says it's a part of Oprah's book club for 2021. So the great scholar W.E.B. Du Bois once wrote about the problem of race in America and what he called double consciousness, a sensitivity that every African American possesses to survive. Since childhood, Ailey Pearl Garfield has understood Du Bois' words all too well. Bearing the names of 2 formidable black Americans, the Revered choreographer Alvin Ailey and her grandmother Pearl, the descendant of enslaved Africans and tenant farmers, Ailey carries Du Bois' problems on her shoulders. Ailey is reared in the North but spends summers in the small Georgia town of Chickasetta, where her mother's family has lived since their ancestors arrived from Africa in bondage. Since she was a child, Ailey has fought a battle for belonging that is made even more difficult by a hovering trauma in the whispers of women. Her mother Belle, her sister Lydia, and a maternal line reaching back 2 centuries who urge Ailey to succeed in their stead. To come to terms with her own identity, Ailey embarks on a journey through her family's past, uncovering the shocking tales of generations of ancestors, indigenous, black and white, in the Deep South. Along the way, Ailey must learn to embrace her full heritage, a legacy of oppression and resistance, bondage and independence, cruelty and resilience. That is the story in the song of America itself. So I heard this was really, really good. Like, one of my favorite TikTokers posted about this book, and they just talked about how good it was. And they were talking about how they usually don't even read books this long, but it was so good that it needs to be this long. So that just made me very much intrigued. Okay, next we have Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. Dana, a modern black woman, is celebrating her 26th birthday with her new husband when she is snatched abruptly from her home in California and transported to the antebellum South. Rufus, the white son of a plantation owner, is drowning, and Dana has been summoned to save him. Dana is drawn back repeatedly through time to the slave quarters, and each time the stay grows longer, more arduous and more dangerous, until it's uncertain whether or not Dana's life will end long before it has a chance to begin. Let me move the book so we're still in focus. Okay, next we have Beloved by Toni Morrison. Okay, so I know a lot of people read this already. I actually never was required to read this because when everybody else was reading this, I was in like a specific program. We had a different required reading. Staring unflinchingly into the abyss of slavery, this spellbinding novel transforms history into a story as powerful as Exodus and as intimate as a lullaby. Seethie, as protagonist, was born a slave and escaped to Ohio, but 18 years later, she is still not free. She has too many memories of Sweet Home, the beautiful farm where so many hideous things happen, and Seethie's new home is haunted by the ghost of her baby who died nameless, and whose tombstone is engraved with a single word: Beloved. Filled with bitter poetry and suspense as taut as a rope, Beloved is a towering achievement by Nobel Prize laureate Toni Morrison. Okay, y'all, and this is our last book, and I feel like this one would be really good to tap into, like, the fiction realm, for real. So this is Almost There, okay, and it says, What if Tiana made a deal that changed everything? And this is by Farah Rojan. Sometimes life in the big easy is tough. No one knows that better than Tiana. Though she also believes that hard work can go a long way, but when the notorious Dr. Facilier backed her into a corner, she has no choice but to accept an offer that will alter the course of her life in an instant. Soon Tiana finds herself in a new reality where all her deepest desires are realized. She finally gets her restaurant, her friends are safe and sound, and most miraculous of all, her beloved father is still alive. She's got everything she's ever wanted. But after a while, her hometown grows increasingly eerie, with new threats cropping up in unlikely places. Navigating this strange new New Orleans, Tiana must work alongside Naveen and Charlotte to set things right or risk losing everything she holds dear. So basically what this book is giving is like if Tiana would have taken the deal that he shows her in the dream when he was like to have everything, the restaurant, shows her dad and everything. So y'all, I'm really excited for these books. I think all these will be super good. I'm gonna give y'all some more book content, maybe like a review on one of the books. It will probably take me a little second to get through this, but like I was saying before, this is books by black women, about black women, and you know, I just want to give the girls something because the algorithm is not giving black girls read too. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on my next one.